What is up, my friends? How are we? And you are very welcome along to what is a late night agenda here on Anfield Agenda. So much to go through, including Arsenal's heartbreaking loss over in Paris against PSG. One that I'm sure will absolutely be breaking Mikel Arteta's little Lego heart. And no, I don't care. I don't have any sympathy. I can't. I'm sorry. I am that guy right now. Lee Gunner has my sympathy. Some of those decent Arsenal fans have my sympathy, but the rest of them, well, another season, another failure, another Arteta choke, as well as, of course, taking a little bit of time out of our day just to reflect on Arsenal's failures once again to deliver on anything other than, second place, if they can hold on to that. Look, I don't care, by the way. They deserve every bit of this. They do. The good Arsenal fans, to you guys, I'm sorry. Heartbreak, I know. But to the serious Arsenal fans, I want to know, when does Arteta get sacked? I know that sounds really harsh, but think about it. He has delivered one FA Cup in his first season, and since then, £700 or £800 million spent, and ne'er a trophy to be had. Now, I would argue that at any other club that considers himself a top club, the manager's position would come under threat. This is another season that Arsenal have won nothing. So at what point does Arteta get the boot? Genuinely, I think it's a fair question. You can't keep being this defensive and only looking to change games when it becomes desperation stakes. Arsenal did start that game well tonight, but I just don't care because I'm fucking delighted. I am. I despise PSG, but I never realised quite how much I didn't like Arsenal until tonight when PSG scored and I leapt up out of my chair. Because I don't like PSG and what they stand for, what they were as a club, what they are as a club, but at least I don't have to listen to their fans week after week comparing Saka, the golden boy. I'm just saying, by the way, Salah wouldn't have missed that one with the open goal. Salah would have scored that, so stop comparing him to our boy. Because our boy delivers on the big occasion. Our boy wouldn't miss an open goal from 3-4 yards out. Never. Inter going to take the Champions League, said Adam. The Liverpool prophet said, and that FA Cup was won with Unai Emery's team as well, remember? So glad we don't have to listen to pundits saying Arsenal winning the Champions League is better than our Premier League victory. Do you know what, though? The absolute bias in the TNT commentary was nothing short of embarrassing. Yes, the penalty was soft, no argument about that. But going out like Arsenal went out on their sword, I'll just remind everybody, we won in Paris. We won. We took them to penalties and lost on penalties. That's heartbreak. Arsenal were just beaten by the better side over two legs. In fact, they lost both games. So I don't want to hear anything from the Arsenal fans about how unlucky they were or whose fault it was. You were outplayed by a better team. And it sucks, doesn't it? But, best of luck next season. Because, second place. Is the parade still on? That's what I want to know for those Arsenal fans. Is that second place parade still on? The legend said, can only say as an Arsenal fan, I'm gutted. Congrats on your 20th. I know it's joked about, but we go again next season is all I can say. Look, mate, you are one of those classy Arsenal fans that I do have some sympathy for. But it's the online social media clowns and those that don't ever give credit that wind me up. But to you, mate, sincerely, condolences on tonight. I thought Arsenal were going to do it, honestly, folks, in the first few minutes when Declan Rice fizzed that header wide and PSG looked shell-shocked. Arsenal pressing really high, and I thought, wow, they might actually do this, but they didn't, so thankfully we don't have to listen to them. Making history isn't for everybody. Arsenal, 6 times, said Mark. Just a little reminder there. I wonder how they're going to manage to blame the PGMOL, though, on this one. Who wins it, PSG or Inter? I want Inter, said Corbyn. Do you know what? I think Inter have the bottle to win it. PSG in these big games have looked nervy and nervous at times, and Arsenal had them on the ropes for a little bit tonight as well, even when PSG went 3-0 up on aggregate. I think Inter have the nous to do it, and I think their coach in Inzaghi as well has built something truly outstanding there with Inter over the years, and probably get undermined and underlooked or evaluated by many of us when it comes to European competition. Oh my God, the deserve to winner meter actually had PSG winning. Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not. For the first time in living memory, the Arsenal deserve to winner meter actually had PSG winning the game. Wow. Have they finally found a way to be realistic, the Arsenal fan base? It is, on the deserve to winner meter, 36% Arsenal to win, 49% PSG to win. There you go. Wow, the the deserve to winner meter's been humbled. Who would have thought we'd be talking about that? Sorry, I can't stop smirking. I can't help it. Sorry, I am in jovial form tonight because I hope to God that Arsenal were going to crash out, and they did. And on top of that, you've got De Bruyne to Liverpool story, Julian Alvarez, just so much stuff to go through. Cal said, for your information, Lego man, Arsenal still need a point to avoid the lowest ever runners-up total. Current lowest stats, 1997, Arsenal 68, and 2001, Arsenal 70. Yeah, so can we talk about Arteta for a second? Because I don't know if anybody informed Mikel of this, but in his pre-PSG press conference, I believe it was, he was talking about the fact that they finished runners-up with more points than Liverpool have got winning the Premier League this year. You've probably seen that doing the rounds over the last day or two. But what somebody should have pointed out to him is the league ain't over. And if Liverpool were to win their last 3 games, we'd end up on 91 points, which is more than Arsenal have ever gotten under Arteta, and more than they got last year as well. So somebody needs to tell the Lego-headed clown that the league ain't over and he needs to get a better grasp on his maths, because he's all over the shop and he's just making himself look like the bitter ex-Evertonian clown that he is. So, you know, what do we think about that one, folks? Arteta going, but we finished second. That's not how the league works, dickhead. We finished behind Manchester City with a points tally that Arsenal fans could only dream of and still didn't win the league. But anything that these clowns can come up with to try and make them and their deluded manager feel a little bit better, well, they just keep going. It doesn't even matter anymore if it's truth. We're going full Donald Trump alternative facts here with Arteta. It doesn't matter if it's true or not anymore. If Arteta just wants to say something to pacify the little fan base, then so be it. Colin said, Craig, I think Arsenal should be brave and get Ten Hag as their new coach. Both Ten Hag and Gunners fans have a good understanding. Honestly, I know people might take me saying that I think he should be sacked as banter, but I'm not meaning it as banter. Like, think about this. If this was Manchester United when they were actually a contender, if this was Liverpool, if this was Manchester City of now, if this was Chelsea, do you think any other club would keep backing Arteta? Because how long is enough? You know, he's had, 5 seasons without a trophy now? And yes, he's got them back into the Champions League, and yes, they got to the semi-final of it, but, don't get any trophies for semi-finals. So at what point do the Arsenal board think Arteta has taken them as far as he can? Because there's no denying he's improved them. Like, I'm not deluded. But what I would say is, I don't think he has that winning mentality. I think he has a little streak of Gareth Southgate in him, in that don't lose is the priority. And I don't think, for somebody who worked under Pep Guardiola and learned from him, I don't think he's taken the attacking side of what Pep Guardiola does as much as he has maybe the defensive setup, because yes, they can set up well. Yes, they can be difficult to score against. Yes, we know they're good from set pieces. But is that going to win you league titles or European Cups? Probably not.